Welcome to week 12 of On Top the Cage. It is the Thanksgiving edition of our little show here.
Woo! We're thankful that Mark the Mechanic made it back.
That's right. Thanksgiving is time to give thanks and a time to give back. We proudly give you the return of Mark the Mechanic.
He's a trooper, look.
The Timex watch wearing, Aerostar van driving, blue collar working, married woman banging dude is in the house.
Take that.
Double carpal tunnel surgery today.
Take that in your stocking. Yes, Mark's a trooper. He literally just came off bilateral carpal tunnel surgery today. Was not going to miss. The last time Mark was on the show, I checked it earlier today, was week 11 of last year. So just a year and a show. So
how about that now?
Right on schedule. So.
And now he's looking for someone to wipe his ass.
Tell me what I've won, Don Pardo.
Not me wiping anything. I know that much. So
that's what my fucking ex-wife used to say all the time. Not me.
There's probably a reason why you're not married anymore. It's Monday. It's Monday. The Monday Night Football is going to be behind us. Our logo's up there. But I travel on Wednesday, which is our traditional shoot day. Big day on Tuesday for Dan is the reason why we're not shooting on Tuesday. We're shooting on Monday. Dan, what do you got going on Tuesday?
My son's turning 20 tomorrow, so we're partying. Yeah, I want to drive over drunk after partying.
Was that going to be a bar mitzvah or what?
No. We're not Jewish.
You act like one.
Get out of here.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. Yeah, difficult to moderate tonight. But, Dan and I went back and forth on text trying to figure out when we were going to do this. Were we going to shoot this super late on Tuesday night? I actually floated an idea with Katie. I'm like, maybe we should move the show to Dan's garage on Tuesday. Maybe that would work for you or for Tammy. I don't know if it would have worked or not. But then,
that would have worked.
I don't know. There's a lot of technical difficulties involved with that. So. But Tebow, happy birthday to Tebow and Tyler. What are you guys doing for Tyler's birthday?
Well, yesterday I made what he wanted, which was my homemade mac and cheese, and then he wanted my version of Cincinnati chili, and he calls it Chili Mac. So I had to make 2 dinners yesterday. So he ate that. So tomorrow is just Giuseppe's Pizza, and then we're watching big Maction game tomorrow.
Yeah.
OU versus Bowling Green. The winner wins the MAC East.
Really?
Yeah, look out, man. 7 o'clock, Maction.
I tell you what, football's wall-to-wall these days. I think you get football every day of the week. Obviously, the World Cup is going on.
Hell yeah.
The United States opened up today at 2 p.m.
Not happy with the result.
They drew. They got the opening goal at the 36th minute. There was a penalty that they drew late in the game.
Poor challenge.
It was
deserved the penalty. It was stupid.
Speaking of the World Cup, get your gifts, boys. You got to open them on air. I was partying with my buddy Indiana Jones in the Afghan poppy fields. We slipped over to the canyon of the crescent moon, and I got in there and got the Holy Grail from the Temple of the Sun while the Templar Knight wasn't looking.
Gift bag now.
Dan, you're his guy. You're the slave fella tonight.
Jibs.
Yeah.
I open them. I can't. Fuck, I got no hands. Lieutenant Dan, I got no hands. Or I'm Lieutenant Dan with no hands.
While Dan's doing that, this past weekend, we did go get our live Christmas trees. I wasn't exactly happy with them, but...
this looks like we should be running.
It's a kilo brick. You mind holding it for me?
Tom?
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, by the way, my father-in-law, Tom, who's got here almost a week ago, I think.
Am I supposed to open this?
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving is right behind set as well, so that looks like it's going to take a while. The live trees did go up. I wasn't exactly happy with the big tree that goes in front. Usually it's like a 15-foot tree. It's only, I think, 12 to 13 feet this year, but it's huge. It's so thick. But Katie, my wife, gave it a haircut today.
Oh, there it goes.
Technical difficulties over there. Put some lights on. It looks pretty good.
It's not fragile.
Are we ready for this thing?
It is fragile. I wrapped some extra tape on there to fuck with you.
Yeah, you sure did.
Hey, what are buddies for, right?
Well, this is off to quite the start.
He's got it. Going.
I'm afraid.
I'm a little nervous myself.
That'll help that cat piss taste better.
I'll take my gift.
What is that? That's a World Cup glass?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Well, this is awesome. Well, this is super awesome. I can't wait to open it up.
Watch out.
Yeah. Hell, let me get
Yeah,
back.
right. Is it really that? Are you sure it's really that? I hate this stuff. This packing stuff. It drives me crazy.
Holy shit, it is. Look at that.
How cool is that?
Wow. Dude,
Last year he
that's
came-
an awesome freaking gift. I might have to use a glass for my beer.
Slightly better than the fake titty he gave us last year.
The stress boob's good for
Stress
everybody.
boob.
Have you had these forever?
No, I just got them actually. I saw them and I thought of you guys. Fuck. Been trying to make it for a couple of
Nice.
weeks.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
My parole officer wouldn't let me out of Akron to come out here with the rich folks, so wait till I get my waiver signed.
There you go. Might as well do the beer review while we got the new glassware up here. Dan, you got some styrofoam left on yours. It's inside. Maybe it's outside. I don't know. The cake or the beer review. I tell you what. It sounds awful to me, but it's the best Thanksgiving can presentation I think I've ever seen. There's a chubby kid there with a pile of sweet potatoes. He's got a big turkey next to him, some cranberry sauce. It's an amazing can presentation. It is a milk stout with maple and sweet potato. I don't like sweet potatoes. It's 8%.
Fuck, I hate them too.
Nobody's lactose intolerant here, right? We've cleared that.
Can I get a stick of butter with mine?
It is milk stout.
The can presentation is fantastic.
I'm a little nervous.
You got to open one of these from the bottom
8%
for my beer can
alcohol.
collection. Here, you got to open that for me.
It's not horrible.
Holy shit,
Like
it looks
pouring
like
like
oil.
gasoline.
That's
Yeah.
darker than my neighbors in the hood. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
What the hell, you didn't use your World Cup glass?
I didn't know it was going to fit. I was nervous about it fitting.
You don't have a joke for that?
I'm ready to go in.
Astroglide will make it fit, dude. I've learned
All
that.
right. I can taste the maple. I'm not really a stout guy. My brother-in-law Grant loves that. Does it fit right in there? Is that all the way full in?
No,
Oh.
there's a little left, but I didn't want to waste
Fuck
it.
that, man.
I like it, kind of. Yeah, I can taste the maple. I like your pour better. Mine's got a little more froth on it than mine does.
Whoa.
What do you think? You taste the stuff? You're always a big with the palate.
You definitely taste the maple. I think I need a pancake to chase it.
You like
Fucking
it?
some bacon, man. Fuck
Oh,
a fucking
bacon? Yeah.
pancake.
I don't really eat sweet potatoes. I don't even know. I'm not even sure I know what sweet potatoes taste like.
I've
I
never ate 'em
always
either.
bypass that.
That is.
I don't think there's any sweet potato in there.
The maple's overwhelming, but it's
It tastes like
good,
maple
right?
and coffee.
It does taste like maple and coffee. I don't mind it. I like your pour so much better than mine.
That's because I'm a professional. Look at that glass.
That's not mixing well with my
a
narcotics.
World Cup drinking glass. That's
What type of narcotics
fantastic.
are you
Thank
on? Did they give you some?
Yeah,
I guarantee
they-
the discharge instructions at the hospital today when you left from surgery didn't say come over here and pound beers.
That's what it always says.
That's what it says.
Every
He's
morning's
trying
a
to win an
Monday,
Emmy. Come on.
and every night's a Friday.
There you go. There you go. So Thanksgiving, we obviously have different traditions here. It's the only holiday that my wife and I split up. When we got together, she had deep-rooted family traditions on Thanksgiving, and so did I. I get the best of both worlds. I'm going to travel to Dayton where my sister and brother live. Our family's going to congregate there. It's a ton of fun, and then I'll come back on Friday. Just myself, Connor, and Keaton going with me down there. Come back on Friday, and I'll see Katie's family. But it's always a ton of fun down there. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving is what they refer to as Drunksgiving, the
that's
biggest
the worst
party day annually in America.
Police pullover day too. Most DUIs, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's bigger than New Year's Eve. It's the biggest drinking day of the year, supposedly based upon what the bars say. So
Other than Monday?
Yeah. Here's the Monday. Ugh, even though that's fucking. Ugh.
no, not a fan.
You need a Budweiser?
Fuck no, I'm not a fan of that.
If you want your butt heavy, you can
Yeah, I got
mingle off
friends my
stage.
father with a Budweiser.
Jeez.
So I'm.
Get it for you?
Give me that stress boob, but I can't squeeze it.
It broke. It got too cold last year and it leaked.
Well, turn the fucking heat up.
It lactated or something. I don't know what happened.
Lactated.
I don't know. It lactated and it was like nothing.
Well, that's
So,
better than a discharge.
I suppose. All right. I knew the show was going to go somewhere like this. Anyway.
Off the rails.
I haven't received any
It's
text.
gone off the rails in a while.
Yeah, I haven't received any text or anything like that from my family, like bring your own hammer or anything like that. But we always,
Yeah, what the hell? We wanted to do that game.
Stump
You
game.
needed a stump and some fucking hammers.
yes.
I bring my hammer everywhere I go, boys.
All right, stop
Not
touching
that
me.
hammer.
Stop touching me.
I'm just getting warmed up.
So, what do you guys do for Thanksgiving? What do you got? Where you want to go first, Mark? What do you do?
Fuck, I want to eat a prime rib, but I'm stuck like Chuck this year.
Do you have any tradition? I know you have a daughter, right?
Yeah, I do.
I don't even know what her name is, but because you refer to
Alexis
it.
Drew. She's
There you go.
beautiful too.
Because all you do is refer to as Princess on your social media. That's all I ever see. I never see her name. So
Alexis Drew.
How old is she?
Gonna be 14.
She got a Christmas list for you?
Fucking longer than my damn leg.
Yeah? What's the big, do you know what the big gift is yet or anything like that? Does she have a big gift on there?
Well, I already bought her a bunch of stuff that don't count.
Oh.
It did, but now it don't. Funny how that works.
Oh, shoot. So,
I'm gonna give her the big gift like my mom used to do me. Underwear and socks.
Yeah, what the
there you
hell?
go. Everybody can use those.
And homemade pants. They were polyester.
Oh, goodness. Dan, what do you do? Do you host or do you
No,
travel?
we're going over to my parents' house.
Yeah.
You got room for a plus
or miss.
one? Honey?
There's always room at my parents' house. My mom cooks. I mean, she's a great cook.
Did you say your parents came through the turkey giveaway line?
I need to clarify that. One of my mom's friends went through the line and got her a turkey.
Does she have a St. V vanity plate on the front of her car?
I have no clue. Her
Oh.
name was
Who
Rita.
the hell would put that on their car?
Come on, shut up, hoe bag graduate.
Anyway, I did put a turkey in a car and it had a St. V
We're gonna
vanity
have to
plate.
switch seats with you two, or we're gonna get into it.
No, we're not gonna get into it.
No, well, Hoban's still left, right?
Fuck yeah, we're still
Maslin? I'm talking about high school playoffs now locally.
Yeah,
here, so-
Hoban and Maslin play. Hoe bag and Maslin play.
there. Whole bag.
Whole
shit.
bag.
Don't talk about your mother like that.
Come
son.
on. I ain't
All right,
talking
all
about
right.
my
National
mom, I'm talking
TV.
about your alma mater.
You guys white meat or dark meat people for turkey?
Dark.
I know, I think it's juicier. But the next day for sandwiches, definitely white meat. White meat's way better than
Oh,
sandwiches.
what are
for
we
the
doing
next
the
day.
next day?
What?
What are we doing the next day?
You make sandwiches. Oh, you talking about us?
Yeah.
Dan and I do have plans. The Friday after Thanksgiving at 2 p.m., the United States men's national team plays their biggest game in their group stage against England. It starts at 2 p.m. Dan's coming over here. I know I have to have the griddle over here. Dan, you got the menu? What is
I don't
it?
know
We
if
have
you
the
need
menu?
the griddle. We're having club sandwiches, a good old American staple. I am smoking a 7.5-pound turkey breast, bacon.
Thick
and then-
cut from Denny's?
No, I get thick cut from Sam Club. Like about that huge, the two
The whole- yeah.
packages. And then we're going to make the club sandwiches. But I am not cooking during the game. I've already said that.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Weather seems okay. We might get a little bit of precipitation in the forecast. I'm not too
No, I'll
terribly
put
worried
the
about
tent
it.
up to cover the smoker.
There you go. Yeah, no, that's going to be a ton of fun. Wednesdays, like I said, it's got a big party night with my family. Thursday, obviously, is Thanksgiving, and I don't do too terribly much. I should be raring to go by the time I get in town. I'll probably only get back in town probably around 1 p.m. I got to drop Connor back off at Columbus on my way back up from Dayton. He's not about to miss the Ohio State-Michigan game down there on campus.
Yeah.
He's
good,
looking
good
forward to
thing
that.
that's not out of your way.
We do have 2 bonus picks on the board today, 2 college football games.
Oh,
We'll get
hell
to them
yes.
after the full slate. No buys this week. We have a
No
ton of
buys.
games to pick.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
But anyway, it's an awesome weekend of football coming up, and we're certainly looking forward to it. Last week, Dan went 6-1. We got a game to go. Like I said, it's Monday night. The Monday Night Football game is not kicked off between Arizona and San Francisco. I didn't realize last week, I didn't mention on the show, that game's in Mexico. Did you know that?
Azteca.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Altitude.
Yeah, I did not know that. I went 7-5-1 last week. So far, with the bonus game left here, I guess you call it the Monday Night
We're
Football
probably
game.
on the same team on this one.
No, you were on. I was taking the points with Arizona. You were on San Francisco, giving me
So
8.
we're going to be tied after
Maybe.
tonight.
No,
All right,
we'll,
to get out the boxing gloves and
we'll
some
see
of
how
the
that shakes.
old-fashioned
Dan on the
Shit.
season, 71-74-4. I'm 75-70-4. Dan's winning streak with his elephant pick, the best bet, came to a screeching halt with the Los Angeles Rams. My record
The Rams.
is
Okay.
glistening at 9-2. I
9-2,
continue to run the
glistening.
table at this.
Jeez, do you lube yourself up every night or what?
I got very fortunate.
When I think of glistening, I don't think of your record, but
All right. I got very fortunate though. It was New England -3, and nobody could score in that game. And then, do you see how that game ended? Or
Yeah, the punt return.
with 5 seconds left on the clock, and they covered the
that's
number.
on the Jets. Come on, cover
So,
the kick.
Craziness. I don't know. We on the football? You guys got other stuff you want to talk about? Let's do some football.
Buckeyes, Michigan, baby.
It's on the board. I promise you, it's on the board. It's Thanksgiving right after the Macy's Day Parade. The Buffalo Bills play Detroit. I was going to say they travel to Detroit, but they've been there because of that.
They went home.
Did they go home?
They went home.
Did they go home for a couple
Yeah.
days after that incredible snowstorm in Buffalo where it dumped like 5.5 feet of snow. Like, unbelievable stuff. Buffalo is a 9.5-point favorite in Detroit. Buffalo comes off their win against Cleveland.
We suck.
Yeah,
Not in the first quarter.
They kind of ran the ball on the Browns. They ran the ball more than they normally do.
Everybody runs the ball on the Browns.
Browns run bad.
Except us.
We suck.
We don't run.
I mean,
Yeah.
lots of field goals in that game, though, for Buffalo. They couldn't shove it in the whole time. I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean, the Browns, the Bills played bad, and we should have capitalized on that, but we suck and didn't.
Buffalo is now 7-3 on the season. Detroit's 4-6. They come off an impressive win against the Giants.
That was a beatdown.
In New York. I mean,
are the Giants that good, or are they just frauds because they're playing a weak schedule?
they're a limited offense. They really are. I mean,
That's nothing new.
Detroit puts up points, but I don't know. I'm not sure how Detroit's awful defense shut down the Giants. Once again, Buffalo
Hey, it's
minus
pretty
9.5.
easy when they freaking throw you the ball.
Yeah, I guess 53.5 is the over/under on this game. So expecting a lot of points in this game. This is 3 wins in a row for the Detroit Lions. 2 of them on the road. They hadn't won any games prior to 2 weeks ago under Dan Campbell on the road. So they're running hot, if you will. They traditionally play well at home. A pretty big number. Buffalo minus that 9.5, a superior team.
I'm taking Detroit.
Fuck, Buffalo's going to win, dude.
Yeah, they're going to win, but not by 9.5.
Well, fucking points. Well, they are. They're going to blow up.
You think?
They're on a roll now. We fired them up.
I'm going to take the points as well with Detroit. You're on Buffalo, Mike? Mark's going to give the boatload 9.5. Dan and I are going to both take the points on the early game on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. The mid-game, 4 p.m. game.
Don't go by us.
Let's run.
Oh, you got a pain in your hand?
Yeah.
You're going to have to drink with the other one.
A really big NFC East game, and it is the New York Giants traveling to Dallas. Both these teams are 7-3. Dallas is a 9-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 48.5. We just mentioned the Giants coming off of that disappointing home loss against Detroit. They're a little bit banged up. Daniel Jones threw 2 picks. They turned the ball over. It's hard to win in the National Football League when you commit multiple turnovers in a game, certainly. Dallas, a really, really big showing in Minnesota.
Huge.
I mean,
Tony Pollard's a real deal.
yeah, he's got to get the lion's share of the carries, right?
Yeah,
And he did.
I
I
agree.
mean, you can sprinkle Elliott in, who's a pretty physical runner at the goal line, but the bulk of the carries have to go to Pollard, right? But
Absolutely.
the most impressive thing was that defense
Yeah.
in Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota can put up points
Why
on
doesn't
people.
Myles Garrett play like Micah Parsons?
That guy's an animal.
He's still fucked up from that Porsche wreck.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, shit. I mean, this is another big number on the board. Dallas is minus 9 in this game. If that defense plays like that, they're a Super Bowl contender. They are.
Oh,
I mean,
there's
because the
no
offense is
doubt.
good enough. I mean, there's
There's no
weapons
doubt.
all over the place.
La 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 la.
They're going to blow out the Giants in this game. I mean, the Giants are a little bit
Nine?
nicked up.
Giants are going to win.
Win the game outright?
I'm taking Giants.
I'm taking Giants, but I don't think they win it. 9's a big number.
I like Giants to keep this game close as well with Saquon Barkley. Hopefully they can run the ball successfully. But meanwhile,
Choking on the turkey bone.
if that
Yeah.
defense of Dallas shows like they did in Minnesota, this game's going to be a blowout. I mean, it is if that happens. But we'll see if they can stack 2 good defensive performances in a row. The nightcap on Thursday night, now hopefully everybody's still awake. That turkey doesn't get you into that slumber. It is the New England Patriots traveling to play the Minnesota Vikings. We already talked about them just briefly for a bit. Minnesota's 3-point favorite in this game. Over-under is 42.5. New England, we mentioned them earlier as well. They come off that win against the Jets where nobody could do anything. Nobody could put up points. I mean, they're a very limited offense as well. The Jets have a really good defense. I mean, a really freaking good defense, but they couldn't put up points at all. I mean, that game ended up being 10-3 based upon a special teams play late in the game is the only reason why anybody scored a touchdown. We'll talk about the Jets and how miserable their offense is in a bit. Minnesota, I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there, how they didn't put up points at all, basically, against Dallas. I want to say that game was 40-3.
They
Yeah.
switched to TV coverage.
Yeah, they
I don't
did.
think that ever fucking happened in the history of football.
Yeah, the game
That's
was
the worst
so
thing.
bad. Yeah.
I remember that playoff game when I was a kid when they cut to that fucking movie Heidi. That was back in the 70s or some shit. You guys were still shit and yellow back then, but I remember that.
I have no idea what the hell that means, but
Google it.
Tom knows.
Yeah, Tom knows. Get in here and tell him, Tom.
Minnesota's 8. How about this stat? Minnesota's 8-2 on the season, right? Their point differential, meaning the points they've scored against the points they've given up, -2 on the season. And they're 8-2. Their 2 losses are 2 blowout losses to NFC East teams. Philadelphia first, and then Dallas. I mean, they lost by 37 to Dallas. I think they lost by like 20-some to Philadelphia. Their point differential, they've been winning games by 1 score. So that's kind of an amazing stat to be 8-2 and have scored 2 less points than your opponents cumulatively on the season. Pretty crazy stuff. Minnesota -3 in this game. I'm going to take the lead. I haven't went there first. I still buy this Vikings team. I said that they were going to be in the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia when we did our season prediction shows. I still believe in this. Minnesota -3 is my pick in this game.
Take the Vikings too.
I'm taking the Vikings as well.
I should have brought my fucking horn to blow.
I sold them on the Vikes.
Yeah, New England's defense is going to keep it close, but Minnesota, they win at the end.
Yeah, they're good at winning close games. Hopefully they win by more than the field goal here to cover that number. The Sunday early slate, clunker of a game.
God.
Denver travels to Carolina. Denver's 3-7. Carolina's 3-8. Denver comes off their home loss, overtime loss against the Vegas Raiders. They changed the play caller. Nathaniel Hackett, the head coach, finally gave up play calling to Clint Kubiak, Gary Kubiak's son. Didn't change a whole hell of a lot. I think they scored 10, 13 points in the game, something like that.
That many?
They were up 10-0 in the game and lost the game in overtime on a wide open strike from Derek Carr.
Sounds familiar.
To Devontae Adams. This game, Denver is -2.5 in this game on the road in Carolina. Carolina comes off of their loss where they were game in Baltimore.
Yeah, they played pretty good.
The defense played well.
I'm questioning what's going on in Baltimore that game was that close.
Yeah, I mean, is Carolina's defense that good? I don't know. I don't know either. They did come off that loss. They couldn't move the ball. Baker was the quarterback there. He threw a couple interceptions, Baker being Baker.
Shocking.
So, I mean, jeez, I don't know. Denver -2.5 in this game. Who do you guys think?
Nothing would be finer than to be in her vagina, so I'm taking Carolina. In the morning.
All right, I thought you were going to go with Carolina originally, didn't you? You went with vagina, but that's just fine. They all rhyme somehow.
Win-win. Let me do the W there.
All right, he's on Carolina. Dan, what do you think?
I'm going with Carolina, too.
Me too. I think I like their defense. I'm not sold on Denver, obviously. For them to be a road favorite anywhere in the National Football League. We're all on Carolina across the board in that game. Next game on the board, Tampa Bay plays the Cleveland Football Browns in Cleveland. Tampa Bay comes off by. They have a half a game lead in their division. They are 5-5 in that NFC South, which is just a bad mix of teams. Dan and I mentioned it last week. That's Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Carolina, Atlanta. Certainly up for grabs for anybody to get. They are a 3-point favorite in Cleveland. Cleveland is 3-7 on the year. We mentioned them earlier. They come off of their loss against Buffalo in Detroit.
Yeah, screw them.
Opening touchdown again.
I think they've lost every toss this year because haven't we had the opening possession, opening drive? We've started on offense every game.
I think you're right.
Every game.
The Browns have scored a touchdown on their opening drive. 4 times this year. And they're on 4 in all the games.
Yeah, so...
I saw the stat today, or I actually looked it up, because Dan had mentioned on the show previously. I wanted to see if he was right. I couldn't find the coin toss thing, and then I had that real job to do. So I was spending too much time trying to look for like little factual betting nuggets. But anyway, Cleveland, what are we going to do here? I know that there's
Tampa Bay sucks at running the football, so that means they'll end up with almost 200 yards rushing against us. So I'm going with Tampa Bay. There's going to be cannon fire in Lake Erie. I mean, there's going to be fans. Mike Polk's out there with a factory of sadness. He's going to be out there with a battleship trying to blow it up. The factory of sadness.
This is the last week of Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, right? And Deshaun Watson's going to play. Is that correct?
Yep.
Jacoby Brissett isn't the problem.
I understand that. I mean,
not the problem.
Locally,
passes, bad play calling.
Yeah,
bad play calling.
I was just going to get to Mark.
Suck. The defensive. I don't even know what the hell.
The local media is all over the play calling with Stefanski
the
and the
Cleveland
coaching
local
staff.
media sucks ass anyways. I don't listen to this
Bring
shit
back
they
Carl
say.
Monday.
Screw that.
Gallic.
Cleveland media sucks ass.
Dan sold the farm. He's on the Bucks
I'm on
-3.
the Bucks. Screw. I can't pick the Browns.
I'm taking
anymore.
the Browns. Tampa Bay's going down like Brady's jiu-jitsu coach on his wife. They're down, man.
Right. All right. I like Cleveland in this game as well. I haven't seen enough from Tampa Bay. Maybe Tampa Bay starts their run, but the Cleveland run game, and it's home. I don't know how cold it's going to be. It was really cold last weekend, and we had a lot of wind. It's warmed up a little bit. I think we're probably going to be
Sunday's
in the 40s.
Sunday's going to be in the 40s with a chance of rain.
Right.
I'm hoping for a handicapped parking spot. Can somebody help me?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Do you tailgate in the same place every time?
I do the Flatiron, man. We quit tailgating.
Mark's a season ticket holder, right? How many years?
22 at the old Factory of Sadness.
22 years.
What's that?
Still
the
a
old
factory
stadium?
of sadness.
22 years season ticket holder. So you hang at a bar and then do you Uber to the stadium or something, or how do you get there?
The Flatiron hauls you up there.
Oh, they got like a shuttle?
Yeah, you got to walk back. 20-minute ride sobers you up for the drive home.
Fair enough. 20 minutes, you get it done after like 18 beers.
He was so close to us, and his ass did not want to. He didn't walk up to where we were tailgating because he didn't want to miss the ride.
That Monday night game, or whatever, what game? Thursday night game.
Thursday night game.
I remember
Against
Dan belaboring
Steelers.
that.
That's when I took Key Rich up there and shit.
Yeah.
We met these Australian dudes, man.
The Thursday night game?
Yeah. That's when I went up. Yeah. Thursday night against the Steelers, I think. Yeah, it was Halloween night. Fuck yeah.
No. Thursday night. No, that was the Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals. All right. I'm
The Steelers.
confused.
Even my kids were texting
The narcotics
you.
are fucking with me.
My kids were
Maybe.
texting you, and you were like, nah, I ain't coming up there.
We got a ton of games to get
To
to.
walk
Dan-
uphill to get to us, and then walk to the stadium.
Dan's on a Bucks -3. Mark and I both take the Browns getting the points in this game. Next game on the board, Baltimore and Jacksonville. Baltimore 7-3. Jags has the opposite record, 3-7. Baltimore 4-point favorite in this game. We mentioned them earlier already. They come off of their not very impressive win at home against Carolina. They didn't do a lot offensively. But I tell you what, this Baltimore team is a little bit difficult to figure out. They've held double-digit leads in all 10 of the games that they've played this year. And by the way, they have the easiest schedule going forward in the National Football League. So I'm waiting for them to make their run.
It's a conspiracy, I tell
Didn't they
you.
win the division last year? How's their schedule easy? No, Cincinnati won.
Since they won, they end up in the
Cincinnati's
two-hole.
got a brutal
They end up in the
schedule.
two-hole. But meanwhile, everything's topsy-turvy. Draw the Rams, whatever. The Rams are easy all of a sudden, But they come up the board later. Jacksonville, like I said, they're 3-7. Once again, to recap the line, Baltimore -4, over under 45.5. Jacksonville, a team that can't seem to figure out how to win close games at the end. They do come up by. I think they're a fun team to watch. They're young. They're talented. They make mistakes. They're a dangerous football team, if you will.
If they can stop Mudbutt, they could win.
Yeah,
Because their defense, I don't think is that good.
Baltimore
I mean,
-4 in this
secondary,
game.
That's a close one.
I think the line is short because of the poor performance from the Baltimore Ravens last week. I don't think it gets duplicated. I like Baltimore -4 on the road in this game.
Yeah, I got to go with the Ratbirds, too, on this.
Jacksonville's going to help us squeak into the playoffs by a miracle. I'm taking
Holy
Jacksonville.
shit, you still have
There's
hope
my
that the
miracle
Browns are going to
pick.
make the playoffs?
Win the
Always have
division.
hope.
Always have hope. Wait, the Browns' record is what, 3-7?
3 and despicable, but
Yeah,
fuck.
but they're
Who's
2-1 in the division.
They might have to run the table to get in.
You got to beat the division.
17 games,
win.
not
Still
16.
can. Deshaun Watson
10 and
got his
7.
happy ending. He's going to get in there and give us our happy
We'll
ending.
see. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they get some momentum. I don't know. I'm on Baltimore -4. What happened with you guys? What did you guys decide?
I'm on the Ratbirds.
And Mark?
Jacksonville is going to help
He's
us get
taking
in
Jacks.
there.
That's right. You did say that earlier. Next game on the board, the biggest line on the board, the Houston, Texas travel down to Miami to play the Dolphins. Houston 1-8-1 on the year. The Miami Dolphins are 7-3. Houston comes off of their loss at home against Washington. Not a good football team. Just not a good football team. They lack playmakers. They lack everything. There's not a whole lot to say about that Houston football team. But Miami's a really good football team, a really good offensive football team. And if the pieces come together with the defense, they added Chubb at the deadline. I've said it for multiple weeks in a row. If they can put that defense together, they're a problem. Come playoff time, I think they're going to make it in. They're currently, I believe, in first place in that division, Tom. They are in first place. Tom says he's right behind the set.
We heard it from the Godfather.
They have the tiebreakers. I know that Buffalo
Tom
has the same
Corleone.
record as them, but they have won. They won the game down in Miami. They have to go to Orchard Park still to play Buffalo. Miami. This is the This is the last of their easy teams, and they have a tough schedule going forward. I looked at it the other day, but they are in first place right now. I certainly expect them to be in the playoffs. 11.5 against Houston. Who do we like?
Miami.
Mark, what do you think? 11.5, big number, biggest number on the board this week.
Miami's going to win.
Tom?
Oh, Miami coming, yeah.
I like them too. The offensive playmaking is
Thank
real
you.
down in South Beach.
Thank you, honey. I'm going to have to start shotgunning them.
Hill, Waddle, Mostert, different running backs, Jeff Wilson. I mean, they have a lot of weapons. Tua's obviously taking a big step forward. I think a lot of it's Mike McDaniel changing the culture and mindset down there a little bit. I like that team going forward. And they ran the ball. I mean, they've been running the ball as well, which they're going to have to do when they end up probably on the road in the playoffs at some point in time. They're going to have to be able to run the ball, but that's a few shows down the road. We're both on the fence, minus 11.5 across the board, correct?
Yep,
Next
Miami.
game on the board, the Chicago Football Bears play the New York Jets. The Jets are 4-point favorites in this game. The over-under is 44.5. The Bears are 3-8 on the season. They lost at, not the buzzer, but they lost by a field goal. A close game late where they had a chance to win it. It couldn't happen. Fields hasn't been able to close games. He got nicked up, man. What were you going to say?
What's the alarm?
It's Tom. Tom's medic bracelet's going off. I don't know what the hell's going on. with it.
Pacemaker, he's dying.
So, he's all right. No, he's upright, guys. He's upright. He just didn't hear it. So
Life alert.
It happened a couple of times. I'm not positive either the quarterbacks that we thought were going to play in this game are going to play in this game. And that's Fields based upon injury. Things were going really well for the Bears in the first half in regards to Fields, and Atlanta kind of solved it. And he's going to have to throw the ball more. I wish they would throw the ball. I'm not sure we're going to see Fields for a while. He has a opposite shoulder, left shoulder, his throwing shoulder, his right shoulder, left shoulder injury. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Bears shut him down for a couple of weeks. The Jets, they come off of that loss in New England. And did you see the press conference that Zach Wilson gave after the game?
He's not. He doesn't look like a starting quarterback in the NFL to me.
And there was a question somewhat along the lines if he felt like he was responsible for, them not winning that game. And he said no. I mean,
No.
You're the quarterback of the fucking football team. You get all the praise when the team wins. You better shoulder the load when your team loses.
Because you had, what, a total of 2 yards?
2 yards in the second
half.
Robert Saleh, their head coach, said our offense played like dog shit. He was also asked today whether or not Zach Wilson would be the quarterback of the team on Sunday. He was non-committal. I think you may see Mike White. You may see Joe Flacco. I think you're going to see Trevor Siemian versus Mike White this week at quarterback for these two respective teams.
Who's the kid from Ohio State? Garrett Wilson?
Yes.
I mean, Garrett Wilson was pretty honest of his.
Yes. What did he say? I did see that.
He basically said the offense sucked.
Yeah, it's not good enough. It's not. They have an elite defense. The Jets have a really freaking good defense. Really good. And Robert Saleh, I don't know if I'm saying
good
that
offensive weapons.
They do. They have weapons, and that defense is really good. But meanwhile, 2 yards in the second half is not going to get it done. I think you're going to see a battle of quote-unquote backup quarterbacks, but not necessarily a backup quarterback for the Jets. Zach Wilson, he should look better than he does. I mean, right now, a year and a half in, he needs to look better than he does. I don't know. Jets win 4 in this game.
12 in that interview.
Nah, that's why he's able to bang those Cougars.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Mark says cheers. Woo. I mean, this is a wild line. It's not a wild line.
Siemian, that's your backup quarterback?
Trevor Siemian, yeah.
How the hell did you end up with him?
I don't think the Bears are going to score many points this game. I really don't think Fields is going to play. I hate to disappoint the people who watch this show out of Chicago. And I know there's like a handful of people, or maybe 10 people, that enjoy my Bears commentary. I think you're going to see Fields get shelved for a couple of weeks here just to make sure he's okay.
I get a better direction.
I don't think they're going to score many points. I like the under in this game, too, at 44.5, although the Bear defense isn't great. But meanwhile, the Jets haven't put up points on anybody. I'm spending a lot of time on this game. The Jets -4 in this game.
Jets, Jets. That's my pick.
Nice.
I wore my fireman hat, but my brother wouldn't let me have it.
Fireman Ed? I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he is.
Jeez, Dan.
Trevor Siemian, that defense. I got to go with the Jets, too.
Me too. Across the board, I never pick against my team. I rarely pick against my team, but, this podcast it's a handicapping show, so I want to put
Here's
the best
the
record forward.
Yeah, that's why he's here.
We're all on the Jets -4. I hate saying it. That's what's happening. The next game on the board, which I think is maybe the best game on the board.
Yes, it is.
It is Cincinnati traveling to Tennessee. Cincinnati, they are a 1.5 favorite in this game. The over-under is 43. Cincinnati comes off of their win in Pittsburgh. 2-0 wearing their white helmets. The offense is going. They still don't have Chase. I don't know if Chase is going to play this week or not. Tennessee comes off of a mini bye, if you will. They played on Thursday night, had control of the game in Green Bay, and didn't relinquish it. Tannehill threw the ball some, which, this team, it's backed by Derrick Henry. It 100% is. And they're built for winter. And Dan, I love Mike Vrabel. If Kyle Shanahan's not the best coach in the National Football League, it's freaking Mike Vrabel. I absolutely love that guy. Boy, did he rip his offensive coordinator. Do you see what happened to his offensive coordinator?
Yeah, had a few too many drinks somewhere.
There's a big thing in the National Football League in regards to drinking on the planes, and the social media gets the best of that. The Tennessee Titan plane arrived back in Nashville at 2:07 in the a.m. Their offensive coordinator made a pretty good offensive showing in Green Bay. Got booked for a DUI at 4:46 in the a.m. So
Where's the fucking chauffeur? What the fuck?
That's exactly right. And there's a number. Every football team in the National Football League has a phone number. Any problem you have, call this number. We will come and get you. Do not embarrass the organization. Do not embarrass the community.
Yourself.
Do what you need to do.
Right.
That guy's in a position. I don't want to use the word power, but there's so many fans. You have some sort of a commitment, responsibility to the community not to be out there drinking and driving. And it's easy.
Caught.
It's easy. You and I don't have somebody we can call.
I call Dan.
But literally, this phone number is just there, and there's no penalty for it. There's no penalty at all. It's just do what's right, and he didn't do it. It's a black eye to an extent. I know I'm kind of on a little bit of rant here. This game was a playoff game last year, an awesome playoff football game that Cincinnati won on their way to the AFC Championship and to the Super Bowl, I guess. But they are once again -1.5 in this game. Over/under is 43. What do we think? This is a great game.
Tennessee's defense is stellar, and Cincinnati, I don't know the status of Mixon.
Oh, yeah.
Protocol.
He is in protocol.
It's Monday.
And he's been really involved in that offense the last 2 weeks.
He's been involved, so if he can't play, and if
are we still a week out from Chase
is not in there.
I tell you what, T. Higgins would be a #1 receiver on 80% of the football teams. No.
It's not going to start a fire.
No, it's not going to start.
It's all right. It's not my house.
Tom kicked over
Let
the
her
heater.
burn.
No problem. No, but why are you kicking over heaters, though?
T. Higgins,
I'm cold.
the tight end's playing good. P. Ryan's playing good.
Yeah, P. Ryan, they got him involved when Joe Mixon went out.
I'm going with Tennessee on this one, though.
This is the best game on the board. Who do you like, Mark?
Henry's going to do the Forrest Gump and run right up Tennessee's ass.
All right, he likes
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
baby. We're going to get the division favorite and keep us in the playoff hunt.
I'll tell you why I like Tennessee. Because they got Treylon Burks, their first-round pick, involved last week. I think he went over 100 yards. They're really close to 100 yards. Tannehill threw the ball a little bit more than I was used to seeing in Green Bay. That's how they got their opening touchdown on a couple of plays downfield. Obviously, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. But I like what they had going on the passing game. I like them to win this game as well. I think they should be favored in this game. We're all on Tennessee.
Tennessee.
All right, next game on the board is Atlanta and Washington. Atlanta's 5-6. Washington Commanders have the opposite record of 6-5. Washington at home, 3.5-point favorite over Atlanta. We mentioned Atlanta earlier. They won against Chicago at home. 27-24 was the final. They're only a half a game back of the Buccaneers for first place in that mix in the NFC South, where anybody can still win.
out the win.
So they did.
If your special teams were
Cordell Patterson
than the
broke
Browns.
the record for kickoff returns.
Yeah, Josh Cribbs.
Yes, he broke Josh Cribbs' record. He's quite the player. He is.
Rules have changed, Josh.
I'll just
Should have
take
an
one of those
answer.
maple things to finish him off.
What?
Another beer.
one?
Yeah. I mean,
He
I'd
can drink
something.
all his. You want his or you want a fresh one?
Don't be
No,
scared.
I want freshman. Fuck no. You know, Mark, I'm not fucking drinking after him. Fuck that. Are you crazy?
It reminds me of this chick I picked up once. Woke up in the morning. She goes,
Okay, apparently story time.
you don't have AIDS, do you? And I said, fuck no. Why? And she goes, good. I'd hate to get that again.
Oh. None of that's good. Thank you,
Oh
Dan.
shit! I opened yours, thinking it was fresh.
I got Dan getting me beers. Dan's just like used to being ordered around. So I don't know what to do now. It took him like all of like 40 minutes in the show to get used to being ordered around.
Hey, he
Should
did
be
a Clarence
poured.
Thomas.
I'm
He
trying to
put
make it
pubic hair
pour
on
like
there.
Dan did.
What was that? Wasn't that
Why does my glass not make that frothy head that yours did? Don't even
It's a
comment,
World
Mark.
Cup glass.
Don't even comment, Mark. All right, I got to recap this game. Atlanta, Washington.
Shit, are you
Washington
gonna
minus
go to
3.5.
work tomorrow?
Am I going to go to work?
Yeah.
Oh, God, please. Yes.
All right.
I'll drive you.
I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at this thing.
He's gonna
Atlanta.
pick you up in the Astro van.
Really?
Aerostar.
Aerostar, yeah.
It sounds. Do you have curtains?
No, they're tinted.
You have one of those, like, remember those vans that had like that bubble moon thing in the back, like that window?
Fuck it, hell, that pillow plush shit.
Like it was in the back, but it was
He's
just
probably got one in
it was
a
like a
building
bumped out
somewhere.
circle, like window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to do the crescent moon.
Who had that? Mark, you know a lot about cars. You know who made that vehicle? That had that van like that?
Fucking.
A lot of them dudes did them.
A lot of them
custom
did, like
vans.
back in the 80s. 70s, 80s,
they
probably
were better.
70s. You're probably right. Anyway, way the F off track. Washington minus 3.5 in this game. It's a big football game because Washington's 6-5 and not out of that NFC, at least wild card race for sure. They've won 2 games in a row. They're playing good. The defense played really well last week. Chase Young still didn't play. Is he ever going to play? I mean, is he going to play this week?
Well,
I
at
don't
least he's
know.
collecting checks.
So,
OHIO.
I mean, I understand Houston's not a great opponent for Washington, but they had control of the game off the rip. They got a pick 6. They never looked back. I think the final was like 20-3 or something like that. We mentioned Atlanta's win. Chicago, they run the ball. Well, who do we like in this game?
Neither team. Do we have to watch it? Do we have to pick?
I think it's a good game. It's one of the better games on the board, if you ask me. Atlanta, not that they throw the ball. I think they're going to lose Kyle Pitts for the season.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He got hit low.
Yeah.
Eddie Jackson delivered a pretty low blow. I think he's probably going to have surgery, and I think he's probably going to be out for the season. Washington minus 3.5. I'm going to take the lead. I love Taylor Heineke. I looked it up. I hate it when I don't know shit. I'm like, damn, where did Taylor Heineke play college football? It was Old Dominion. I looked it up today. I didn't want to.
that.
You did know that?
Yeah.
Really? I did not know that. Old Dominion's in
Where
Virginia,
do you play
right?
high school?
No, get the fuck out of here. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that.
I thought you said you looked it up.
I want to say Old Dominion's in Virginia. Do you know that?
Old Dominicans in Ohio. I don't know where Old Dominion is.
I'm almost positive Virginia.
I had a relative, Sister Dominion, who was a nun at Notre Dame. Got
That's
loads
just so
of
stupid.
little kids there.
I'm going to play us back and be like, this is the worst
Catholic.
fucking show of the year. Washington, the Commanders, minus 3.5 in this game. I love them. I
Going
think
with
they're
the
playing great.
Redskins.
Me too.
Thanksgiving weekend, Sonny Jurgensen, fucking John Riggins, Redskins win.
The Hogs? You got to like the Hogs, right? Hogs. All right, we're all on Washington, minus 3.5. I'm afraid of that hook a little bit, but I'm going to take the Reds, or the, you guys got me saying now, the Commanders, minus 3.5 in this game. The Sunday late slate starts with the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Arizona. Chargers are 2.5-point favorites in this game. It's almost a line that I made up. Not really. There's some really early lines. We don't know what Arizona's going to look like because Arizona is currently playing football right now against the San Francisco 49ers in Azteca Stadium in Mexico. The Chargers come up, they're 5-5 by the way. They come up a really fun loss late last night against Kansas City, a game that went back and forth and back and
This is
forth.
my choice for the late games on Sunday. I get that game. I get the Raiders in Seattle. I get the Rams in Kansas City, New Orleans.
Pipe down, Jeeves.
These
Get us a beer.
freaking games suck.
Chargers minus
Jeez.
2.5 in this game. The over-under is 48.
They suck.
Chargers,
Yes. They're terrible.
they got Keenan Allen back last night. He was
And then they got
involved.
hurt.
No, that was Mike Williams.
Mike, okay.
That was Mike Williams, their big possession receiver and the guy that you can throw the jump balls to. That really hurts that offense. They're minus 2.5. We don't know what we're going to get from Arizona. Like tonight, Colt McCoy's playing in this game that's going to start momentarily. I have no idea what he's going to look like. I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to come back
I
the
didn't
next
know he was
week.
still playing.
I mean, it's very difficult to pick these games. Once again, it's Monday. I mean, the slate just ended, less than 24 hours ago. So Chargers minus 2.5 in this game. They're not going to win that division. They lose the tiebreaker to Kansas City. They're still involved in the wild card mix. I don't think a lot of Arizona team. I'm going to give the points to the Chargers minus 2.5. There's too many variables on whether or not Murray's going to play or what it's going to look like to me.
I'm taking the Chargers in this, but they blow.
I'm taking Colt McCoy because I got fucked on the Steelers game when he was playing for the Browns. I had to do a family event at that fucking, what was that fucking swimming place up there in Cleveland? Fucking smells like chlorine, burns your eyeballs out. Kalahari, fucking Kalahari. Colt's going to deliver.
But,
Oh, my God.
He's
Oh,
going
my
to win
God.
one for the Browns.
All right, Mark's on Arizona. Dan and I are both on the Chargers. Next game on the board, the Vegas Raiders travel to Seattle. Vegas, they come off of that, I wouldn't say impressive, but they came off that overtime win in Denver where they were down 10-0. They fought their way back. They got a field goal late to shove the game in overtime. They won the coin toss, and they found a wide-open Devontae Adams for like a 45-yard touchdown to end the game. Good for them. They haven't had a lot of high points this year so far, or high moments for them. They are 3-7 on the year. Seattle, they have had some, highlights this year for themselves. They're 6-4, a team that nobody thought was going to be here. We'll see if they're in first place or not. Once again, San Francisco plays right now in that division, so we'll see if they're in first place when really Week 12 starts. But they've been an impressive football team. They're rested. Can they make a playoff run?
Seattle?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Seattle minus 4 at home against the Vegas Raiders.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Me too. I like this team. I buy this team. As much as I don't like Pete Carroll, I think he's done a tremendous job with that football team this year. Geno Smith has played really well for the most part, and they have that emerging running back star in Kenneth Walker. The defense is okay. I like this football team. I think they're going to be in the mix for one of the wild card spots down the road. If they don't win that division, I'm on Seattle minus 4.
Well, Vegas is the only house in fucking Las Vegas where the house always loses. The Raiders suck. But they're going to beat Seattle. I'm taking the fucking Raiders.
Mark likes the Raiders.
Always loses in Vegas?
Well, no, the house loses at the Raiders Stadium.
Oh.
That's the only building in Vegas where the house loses.
I never win in Vegas.
But
I
it's
don't
an
know what the hell
away
he's
game.
talking about. He's on the Raiders.
Pete Carroll's going to sing his song, Lean on Me. You're going to be leaning on the Raiders.
No, right. I'm not sure about the reasoning. Not positive about the reasoning, but that's how he got there. So that's fine. Dan and I are both on Seattle. Given the points, Mark's going to take the 4 points with the Vegas Raiders. Next game on the board, the Rams play Kansas City. This was supposed to be a tremendous football game. It's not.
Yeah, look at this shit. The Rams have the same record as the fucking Browns.
The Rams are 3-7 on the year. They do have the same record. The Kansas City Chiefs are 8-2. They are 10.5 points.
They got a higher
favorites in this
payroll.
game. Is there a worse defending Super Bowl champ than the Rams right now that we've ever seen?
No, they're god awful. They're not even. You can't even watch
Did
it.
Stafford play last week?
He played.
he bowed out in the third quarter.
Somehow he's in the concussion protocol again.
Yeah, he bowed out
He
in
fell
third
off the
quarter.
stage like that Brian
Yeah,
Watch
that's
fall.
why karma. That's the whole reason they suck. Because he was a dick when that chick fell off the stage. And I said that before in the show.
A lot of things have changed, and I think Kansas City may be emerging as once again the best team in the National Football League.
They're emerging, but they don't cover. So I got to
10.5. I mean, they won a
they're not going to
shootout.
do 10.5.
People can't
They
stop
never do.
Kelsey. He got 3 touchdowns last night. Pacheco's the new running back there.
He's freaking tiny. Someone's going to bust his ass in
Pacheco.
half. Pacheco.
He's strong. I like having small running backs. I mean, the people that you can't see them. You can't see them. That's exactly what I was getting to, Mark.
So we always get small quarterbacks. That's what fucks us.
Yeah, that's not good. Small quarterback bad.
No.
Small running back good. Small quarterback bad. Right. I'm on Kansas City giving the boatload of points to 10.5 because
Kansas
I think
City with 10.
and a half. The Rams are terrible, Dan. They don't have Cooper Kupp.
I know they're terrible, but Kansas City's not good at covering the spread.
They're
They're
not.
not. I got to take the Rams.
That's because their offense is so
10
damn
is
good.
Too big of a number.
It's at home. It's an Arrowhead.
I know where it's
I think
at.
they actually smoke them.
No.
Dan's
Not
on.
by 10.
Dan's taking the Rams and the points. What do you think,
Take the
Mark?
Rams.
I'm going with Len Dawson and the fucking Chiefs, baby. Kansas City.
All right,
Oh,
Mark.
Kansas City's going to win, but it ain't going to be by 10.
Yeah.
We'll see 10.5. All right,
no
keep
way.
on shining yourself that hook. The hook's important, Dan. Next game on the board, it ends the late Sunday slate, and that's the New Orleans Saints. Speaking of disappointments, traveling to San Francisco. New Orleans 4-7 on the year. They do come off of their home win against the Los Angeles Rams. Andy Dalton did play better in that game. I had no idea last week. I was belaboring why Jameis Winston wasn't playing. But in any event, San Francisco, they're playing right now.
Why are you belaboring it?
Somewhat of a guess at the line.
If Andy Dalton is playing, that means Jameis sucks.
No, or Dennis Allen doesn't like. I mean, it wasn't going well.
He doesn't like black dudes.
And
steal crab legs?
he lost. Dude, Jameis Winston lost his job based on injury. I mean, that doesn't happen very often in
okay,
National
but he's
Football
come
League.
back and he's
Bledsoe.
been practicing.
Jameis is fine. He's 100% healthy. They're not playing.
Okay.
Dennis Allen says, I like Andy Dalton at quarterback better.
But that's based on what he sees in practice between the two of them.
I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the head coach. I get it. I get what you're saying, Dan. I understand what you're saying. I don't know, but it hadn't gone well. I mean, they hadn't put up a lot of points. Sometimes change is good, right? Everybody fears change, but sometimes change is good. San Francisco, I have them listed as 8.5-point favorites in this game. I got it from FanDuel. It's a straight guess. They're playing right now. That game is probably kicked off. It's 8:25 here Eastern time. San Francisco minus 8.5 in this game at home against New Orleans. I think a lot of the San Francisco football team, I think they're working on putting the pieces together when they add McCaffrey. You know, they got some players, Kittle, McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel. They got players on the offensive side of the ball. The defense, I just love that safety. Forget what his name is, like Polynesian fella.
Martin Hanks?
No, that long neck feller? No, not him. San Francisco minus 8.5 in this game. What do you guys think?
I'm going with the poop on the sidewalk team.
Me too. I'm laying the boatload of points too. It's heavy points. I'm laying them 8.5. I'm not afraid to lay the points in this game because it's a very pedestrian offense with New Orleans. They just don't put up points. They don't.
William Lakers cheerleaders were on Jimmy G at that basketball game I watched. I'm going with San Fran.
He's a good-looking fella out of Eastern
He's
Illinois.
got some mojo rubbed on him there. I watched that shit on the.
He is a good-looking fella. I don't think it has anything to do with the line, but we're all in the 49ers minus 8.5. Is
with
that
the
correct?
mojo.
Next game on the board, Sunday Night Football, is the Green Bay Packers traveling to Philadelphia. Green Bay's 4-7 on the year. Philadelphia 9-1 at this point in time. Green Bay, we talked about them. They've had quite a bit of rest. They come off their home loss. People are like wondering maybe Green Bay could turn this around. Tennessee came to town and stomped that out on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I mean, there was not a whole lot of momentum. Their rookie wide receiver, Christian Watson, showed again. I think he caught 2 touchdowns. But meanwhile, they're not scaring anybody. Philadelphia is not impressive win in Indianapolis against the Colts. They won the game at the very end based upon a Jalen Hurts run. The defense has struggled the last 2 weeks in a row, Philadelphia has. They're 6.5-point favorites, less than a touchdown favorites at home against Green Bay in this game. What do we think about this? I mean, Philadelphia's down 10 points in that game. Their offense just has not been good the last couple of weeks. I mean, it started with the game against
Green
the
Bay's
Commanders.
defense is not that good either. What are you doing?
I was kicking it. I got to stand up a little bit.
No worries, you're good.
I'm moving that chair to kill my hand.
Do your thing. Philly
I
minus.
can't. My hands are fucked up.
Philly minus.
Are you in the show now that you're standing up?
I'm in. Oh, there. Let me duck.
I'm sure he's fine. You can't see the camera from here. He's fine.
You stand up. I can see it.
Philadelphia
You're
minus
still in.
6.5 in this game. What do we think?
Man, I don't know. Green Bay's defense sucks. They're just not good. And
Aaron Rodgers is Super Bowl. He's going to play his ass off. I'm taking Green Bay.
Michael has the Packers
His
getting
game
the
of the
points.
fucking year. That's the best game he's got left this season.
I'm got to go with the Packers on this one too.
I'm not biased. The game's, well, and my other reasoning is the game's at night. I love the night Philadelphia crowd being crazy. And if they catch any fire at the beginning of the game on momentum, it may snowball on Green Bay because I don't think they are the team that Philadelphia is. The number's under a touchdown. I'm willing to give points again. I've given points the last 3 games. I know I have. I don't like doing that, but I'm on Philadelphia minus 6.5. I like them to bounce back after 2 somewhat lackluster offensive performances. Monday Night Football is Pittsburgh at Indianapolis playing the Colts.
Make some Bud Light real quick.
Indy is a 3-point favorite in this game over Pittsburgh. The over-under is 39.5. Pittsburgh comes off their home loss against Cincinnati. I tell you what, that Pickens kid is going to be a great receiver. I really think he is. I mean, he has some of the stickiest hands in football. He catches everything that goes his way. But meanwhile, they're taking their lumps with their rookie quarterback. They're going to play Pickett going forward. T.J. Watt's back. He's made a difference for them on defense. He keeps them in games. Indianapolis is 4-6-1 on the 4-6-1 on the season. They lost at home against Philadelphia. They should have probably won the game. You know, we'll see what kind of coach Jeff Saturday is now. I called him Jeff Sunday. You know, they won one game. You ride the tide. All of a sudden we lost. Now there maybe is question marks, but they probably should have won the game. I mean, I think he's probably a good leader of men. I'm not sure if he exactly knows what he's doing.
Is this a Manning cast game?
I would hope so. They were off last week, right? You wouldn't think they would take 2 weeks in a row off.
Yeah, they were off last week. I don't know if they're doing it tonight. I thought it was only 10 games.
You got Paris Campbell as emerged. I mean, as long as he's healthy, he's a pretty good player. The defense played pretty well for Indianapolis. They're -3 at home against Pittsburgh. I like them. I like them to win this game.
Indy?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how one guy changes everything, but
It's only 3.
the offense still blows. I'm going to go with Indy, too.
Like the Steelers are like Steelers. I mean, it's a really tight
I'm going
game.
Howard Cosell with the call from the grave. Down goes the Steelers.
No,
Down goes the Steelers.
we're all in Indianapolis. There were absolutely no buys. We have a full slate. That was 16 games of football that we just picked. We're on the best bets. Dan's going to the bathroom using facilities. We're on best bets. I got to scan the board. I'm not positive exactly who I like so far in regards to like my favorite game on the board, but I love my 9-2 record, and I'm going to take some time and try to figure this thing out.
How'd that zipper work with your fingers?
It fucking hurts like hell.
All right.
I need Velcro. I need a floozy, man. Ain't you got like a little Mexican servant here? Short girl named Consuelo?
I'm still looking at the board, guys. Man, this is tough, man. I don't like any of these games right now.
I like where you're going, Tom. God bless you. Yeah,
I'm still thinking, guys. I know there's been a big pause in the show here. I think the Miami Dolphins are going to absolutely blow the doors off of the Houston Texans. It's the biggest line on the board. It's 11.5. I think they win the game by 2 touchdowns or more. That is my best bet, as we call it, the elephant pick on the show. Mark, you got a game you like the best on the board there?
Green Bay dumping fucking Philly. They're going to cook them fucking Eagles.
Green Bay. You like Green Bay to win the game?
Fuck yeah.
How about that? Dan, have you looked at the board at all? You got an idea?
Did you wash your hands?
I laid the biggest number on the board.
myself, so I'm good.
I laid the biggest number on the board in the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I should have brought my cheese head. I got one of them.
I got one, too.
Mark, what's your favorite side dish at Thanksgiving? Like mashed potatoes, stuffing.
Fucking prime rib.
That's not on a Thanksgiving Day menu. What Dan's
It's
saying.
on mine.
It is? Oh my God. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry I brought it up. Fuck. I was just trying to kill
bacon.
time while
How
Dan's
about
thinking.
bacon?
Jesus, bacon. That's not a thing.
That's a condiment.
Maybe
That's
green
my favorite condiment.
beans and bacon. It's not a thing. Dan, you got
Cranberries.
I
I like cranberries.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I don't even fuck with
The
that
only
stuff.
one that would like cranberries.
What about that? Like the cranberry sauce? Like you take that shit out of the can. And go,
No, my grandma used to make this
it
shit.
comes
with
out
real
the ridges
carrots.
on it from the can.
No, my grandma used
that.
to make the shit, dude. I mean,
Oh,
it was
was
homemade.
there
real
some
cranberries.
marshmallows and shit on it?
I haven't had
Ever
that
since
since.
Real cranberries.
then?
Yeah, I haven't had that
Have you,
since.
have you made it picky?
19
Dan?
No, look,
77
this
when
is
she
the
died.
elephant
That's
pick,
been
dude.
fucking-
Come on.
Yeah, I
talking
mean, it's
with me.
important.
That's when your winning streak
Dude,
was only 3
you know what
years
my
old.
record is
and
on
beat
Elephant Picks?
Dolphins.
Huh?
You know what my record is on elephant picks?
No.
9-2. It's impressive
mine?
stuff. I'm trying to get the double figures. In the 2 games I should have lost. One of them was that Browns debacle against the Jets. My God.
I know,
I'm
that
still
was
belaboring that.
I'm taking the
horrible.
Seahawks.
Dan likes the Seahawks -4 is his best bet on the board. Mark, you went with the Packers.
going with
He
the
likes
Pack-
Packers to win the game
I was
outright
going
in
with that,
Philadelphia. My best bet is the biggest line on the board, the Fins. Do it, Tom. Do that dolphin noise.
I've already been it.
Do- There we go.
How do you make a woman sound like a dolphin?
Oh, God.
You press your cock against her asshole.
I'm sorry to ask. That's enough. That's enough of that.
That's narcotics.
All right, I told you.
Dan paid me 20 to say that.
My God, there might have to be some editing in this show. I don't know. That's not allowed. Stop that. That was too much, Mark. That was too much. Too much. All right, I told you it's a great week of football, and the collegiate football is tremendous. It's rivalry week in college football. I put 2 games on the board. I know Dan and I haven't had these bonus picks in a while, but the first game is the Big Ten battle, and it may be a knockout game. It is the Michigan Wolverines traveling to Columbus, Ohio to play the Ohio State football Buckeyes. Yes, sir. I think the college football rankings come out on Tuesday. Once again, shooting this show on Monday, which is very difficult and challenging as I've learned as I'm going through these lines. But I think Michigan, I don't think anything's going to change in the top 4. Michigan's going to be 3. The Buckeyes are going to be 2. The Buckeyes are 8-point favorites in this game. These teams are both undefeated. The first time that this has happened where they've met undefeated since 2006.
Yeah.
Both teams struggled last week, though.
We've struggled all fucking season. The Buckeyes.
I tell you what, that's a big number at 8.
Michigan should have lost.
They should have. Illinois had them on the ropes. My Illinois football fighting line had them on the ropes. They couldn't finish them. They found a way to get the late field goal. The Buckeyes, they ended up winning by 12, I think, but it was way closer than that at Maryland.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a late pick 6, like maybe damn near the end of the very last play of the game. But I mean,
they only won it by a money shot.
They were up by 3 and did not have possession of the ball at one point in time. Really late in the fourth quarter, like they were, in jeopardy of losing that football game. They're 8-point favorites against Michigan. There was a scare for the Michigan Wolverines in Blake Corum, their star running back. He says he's playing. I mean, the trainers, the coaching staff didn't say that, but he walked by somebody and said, "I'm playing."
There's injury, yeah.
When you're a football player, you're not going to miss this football
game. Both teams have injuries at the running back spot.
Snow rain mix in Columbus, mid-40s. My son Connor can't wait to be there. I drop him back off on my way back up here from Dayton.
I thought that was a penitentiary you were taking him.
No. He's a student down at Ohio State. He's loving the revelry. I think I'm almost positive game day's got to be back there. I'm not positive of that. I'm sure it is. Buckeyes -8 in this game. Are they going to beat the Michigan Wolverines by more than a score?
It's going to come down to fucking 3 points. It's going to be a nail fucking biter.
So you like the Buckeyes to win, but you like the points with Michigan getting 8.
Michigan, it's going to be. I like the Buckeyes.
You're fine taking Michigan.
It ain't going to be 8. It ain't going to be 8.
So take Michigan.
He's got me taking the points.
I'm taking Michigan too.
That's why I want to come to your house, because I don't want to smash my own TV in case we lose. So I want to be somewhere else where it's not my property I'm destroying.
Okay, so we can go down to the shop.
Both these teams.
I don't get Fox 8 down there. Is it on 8?
Both these
I can't
teams
afford cable.
have question marks, and they didn't play very well last week. Maybe they were looking forward. I'm not sure what the problem was.
Ohio State's got this game circled on their calendar because they lost last year.
Oh, yeah. They're ready. They're ready. All right.
This might be an
I'm laying the points in the Bucks -8. I think they blow them the fuck out. I think they win by 3 scores. I think they do. I think Marvin Harrison scores 2 to 3 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr., his dad was an amazingly good football player. I think he may be better than Marvin. In any event, we have another game on. Dan and I both have.
Let's get some fucking floozies over here and have a hot tub.
We're not doing that. You might need more editing.
I got my cheetah skin banana hammock.
It is Notre Dame. I'm guessing at their ranking in their real college football rankings because it's not Tuesday yet.
I knew you were going to have Notre Dame on the game.
But meanwhile, this game, USC, this is a rival. USC, I think they're going to be ranked 5th based on what happened. The top 4 is not going to change because they all won, even though they didn't play well. Georgia didn't play well in Kentucky either. None of the top 4 teams played well.
They got lucky.
TCU got a field goal as time expired to keep their 4th ranking. Tennessee, they got blown out against South Carolina. They lost their quarterback as well for the year.
Who did Alabama play this past weekend?
Nobody.
Division
like
III
nobody.
Team?
Yeah, like nobody.
They beat them 34-0.
No, I think that the USC Trojans, they beat UCLA last week. Their crosstown rival, if you will. I think they ascend to number 5. I think LSU ends up being 6. And Notre Dame, who's playing a lot better. I mean, a lot better football. But anyway, the Trojans are -5.5 in this game. With a chance, considering that Michigan and Ohio State are going to play each other, 2 and 3 are going to play each other, maybe I would think one of them drops out, but there's a big question
I
mark
don't
here
know.
whether or not they
I don't
drop
know
out
if
or
they
not.
drop out.
I mean, it's not about if it's a close game.
Ohio
It's
State
hard.
loses,
It's hard
Ohio
to
State
drop them. I
Ohio
mean, that college
State
football
drops
thing.
out.
Make them
because
12
strength
games,
of
man.
schedule.
I tell you what,
Penn
USC.
State looks good. Notre Dame's playing better. So the strength of schedule for Ohio State looks a lot different.
USC minus 5.5 in this game. I have a feeling I know where Dan's going.
There's no fucking way. Notre Dame's taking this.
I think they're going to win the game outright, too. They're playing so much better. They come off an absolute beatdown
It's USC in the Pac-12.
of Tom's alma mater. You guys know Tom was
Yeah,
a Boston
Boston
College
College.
graduate.
Yeah.
An absolute beatdown, 44-0. They're playing so much
So
better.
kind of surprised
We'll
by
see.
that score.
I like the points in this game. Dan and I are both on the Irish. What do you think, Mark?
I saw a sign from God today when I was under fucking Profanol and come out of the hospital on my way home to Kansas, and we saw that leprechaun hitching out to fucking USC, and I did what any Ohio State fan would do. I hit that motherfucker and put him in the curb, got out and grabbed some gold out of his pot, and here's one for you, here's one for you, and here's one for Teddy down there in Georgia. Give that to your brother-in-law.
All right. I don't know what the F is going on. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, that is the entire show. We picked.
USC, baby.
Oh, you're on USC?
Yeah.
Oh, what an asshole.
coin.
Fuck
Read
you
your
on your coin then. Anyway, it's been a raucous show. I'm going to play it back. I'm going to cringe. But anyway, it's Thanksgiving weekend coming up.
Gave Teddy one because Ohio State's going to beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Enjoy your families, man.
Teddy,
Good
make
thanks.
sure he gets that from him.
Enjoy your families. Be safe. Enjoy the great weekend of college football. Thank you for watching and listening. I know I'm going to cringe when I watch this back, but it's always fun
Why are you
watching.
gonna cringe?
A big thank you to Mark and McCanny for showing up. Have a great Thanksgiving. We will see you next week.
As Johnny Cash said, do what you do and do it well. Boy.
Whoa.
I stepped on the box.
Well, it's on your
Okay.
glass.
I stepped on Mark's gift box.